What's going on, guys? Dynarider back at you with another video. In this week's video, I want to talk to you guys about your first motorcycle. Alright, a lot of people have a lot of different opinions on what your first motorcycle should be. And in today's video, I'm going to discuss what I think it should be. Now, warning, this is going to be filled with a lot of common sense type videos. Nice ladies out here selling stuff. But your first motorcycle should be something that you're comfortable with a little bit of room for you to grow into. Alright, my first motorcycle was a 2004 Harley-Davidson 12 Custom. I'm a little bit of a taller guy, a little bit more mature, and so I was able to handle that larger displacement engine, and with my added weight, the weight of the bike wasn't too intimidating. You need to get something that you're going to be comfortable with and something that you can grow into. That being said, you also have to take a look at a few other factors. What's the insurance cost going to be on that bike? For this 07 Dyna Y Glide that I ride, insurance is about $480 a year. Alright. Then you have to look at fuel costs. You also have to look at the price for fuel, the travel range, and what you're going to be using the bike for. Are you going to be using it for in and around town? Are you going to be using it to travel across the country? Are you going to be using it mostly on the streets? Or are you going to be trying to do some off-road stuff? So you need to take a look at what type of motorcycling it is that you want to do. That being said, when you analyze those factors, you're going to want to, that's going to help point you in the right direction as far as the right bike for you. Honestly, looking back on it, I don't think I would have had any issue if I'd gone straight to this Dyna Y Glide. I personally wouldn't have had an issue because I had the maturity level to respect the throttle and the power that this bike has. The other thing that you're going to want to take a look at is part of getting into motorcycling is going to be the initial cost of gear. Helmet, gloves, jacket, pants, and riding boots. Gear is not cheap. But I don't want you to cheap out on the gear. Do not cheap out on the gear because you want to get into riding fast. Alright? I would rather you wait a little bit and get into riding right, and get all your riding gear first before you get your bike. Make sure your gear fits you. That way, if something happens and you go down, you don't have excessive injuries, preventable injuries. Okay? Riding provides a sense of freedom that no other mode of transportation is going to afford you or provide for you. But I need you to be analytical and realistic when it comes to your first motorcycle. If you're not realistic with the cost of your first motorcycle, whether you know, motorcycles, they're not necessarily cheap, okay? Freaking you can get a used Harley-Davidson for as cheap as $3,500. You can also get a brand new I forget what it's called. I think it's the Honda CBR 500R or something like that for like $5,200 brand new, 0 miles on it. I think it's like $5,600 if you get the model with ABS. Okay, so as far as an entry-level vehicle, motorcycles are cheap in comparison to cars. That said, the motorcyclist is on average 28 times more likely to be injured or killed in a roadway incident in comparison to cars. Dan, the fireman would be stating right now, orange stage, there's debris in the road, there's an intersection, side of the vehicle. And you know what? It's not wrong. All these people, they all got somewhere they gotta go. This gentleman hanging out on his phone. And yeah, freaking love when car drivers are hanging out on their phones all the time. Look at all these beautiful bikes. These could be your first bikes, boys. Good old roughneck Harley-Davidson here in Longview, Texas. The sales staff here are extremely professional, extremely polite. I highly recommend that if you guys are in the area, stop in and see what they can offer you. But yeah, your first motorcycle should feel comfortable to you. It should be within your price range for financing or just outright purchase. It should be easily insured within your price range, and make sure that the overall cost of the equipment and everything fits within your budget. Some other factors that financial factors people don't tend to consider when they're considering entry cost of riding is the cost of a basic rider's course. You can get a basic rider's course. What's going on up here? Entry-level cost of riding, it would be the basic rider's course, anywhere from $250 to $250 to $350, depending on the amount amount of students attending the course, what the additional force benefits are, and then here in Texas anyway, once you do the basic riders course and you get your little BRC certificate, it's like the size of like a business card. You take that down to DMV and you pay $16 and they give you your M endorsement. Okay? Basic Rider course is not anything to be scared of doing. It's going to teach you everything you need to know about riding a motorcycle, from friction zone to turning to emergency braking to swerving. It's going to give you all those basic skill sets that you need to know. So it's well worth the investment of the $250 to $350. But those are the primary things that you would need to consider when you're looking at your initial purchase of your motorcycle. Okay? The cost of the motorcycle itself, the cost of the gear, helmet, gloves, jacket, riding pants, and riding boots. Okay? Then you need to look at cost of insurance. You need to look at the cost of premium fuel in your area and figure out how far you can go on a single tank, and make sure that that purchase is going to be worth it. When you're looking at what kind of bike that you're going to be getting, you need to look at what kind of riding that you plan on doing. Make sure that that bike fits your needs. Basic Riders course, go get yourself some training and then go practice. Practice, guys. Guys gotta practice. You don't practice those emergency skills, they won't be available to you when you need them the most. But your emergency skills need to be practiced. If not, they won't be there when you need them. A lot of riders would have panicked in that very situation that I just navigated. If you panic and you break in a panic, when you panic, you go down. Simple as that. You need to be able to keep yourself from panicking. Scan for hazards far enough ahead, and assume that every vehicle out here is on their phone and they're not paying attention and looking for you. Anyway, guys, that's my thoughts on your first motorcycle. I'm Dynarider. Y'all been great. Dynarider out.